The Ram 9 is now in ranked play, but not for long.
Okay. Ram 9 is G8.
No way.
No, Holger's on G8. Ram 9 is
93.
So definitely take advantage of this build while you can. Which after I give you the build, we're going to be watching some pro players rocking the Ram 9. So if you want to get better, definitely stay tuned for that segment. Also, I was iridescent last season, so I think I'm credible to say what's good and what's not good on the weapon. Right now, only crim, but eventually I will be back in iridescent. So with the Ram 9, this thing is going to get G8 very soon. As you guys can see from this graph, it is definitely better than all the other SMGs in the game. And if you want that 4-shot kill, all you have to do is mix in 1 headshot on the gun. So this thing has a lot of side-to-side recoil, making it a little bit iffy at the beginning, but it's pretty easy to compensate that. The best muzzle for your SMG is going to be the flash hider and the purifier muzzle brake. The reason the pro players run the purifier over the compensated flash hider is that this one's actually GA. They all agreed that this thing is too broken and shouldn't be used in competitive play. That being said, the next best one is going to be the purifier muzzle brake. This one still could be better than the other one. They all kind of have like their pros and cons. Use whichever one you like a little bit more. As you guys can see, this is going to increase that horizontal recoil by 18%, which yes, it is going to be hurting that damage range and that ball velocity, which is why the compensated flash hider can also be a little bit better. But since this thing does have a side-to-side recoil bounce, that vertical recoil control that we're getting isn't going to help that much. It's actually going to create more horizontal recoil, since if you squish the recoil pattern down, it's going to make it go wider on the sides, and so the gun is going to bounce around a little bit more side to side, which is why for me, I like that purifier muzzle brake. Finally, time to relax and level up my Morse sniper. Jesus. Bro, what the f is this lobby? Bro, I can't even just like hop into a game of COD and enjoy my day. ExpressVPN? ExpressVPN is a virtual private network that can help keep your information private and secure when you go online, but that's not all it does. With ExpressVPN, you can change your location to a less populated region like Morocco or Algeria, which will give you easier opponents, allowing you to actually relax and enjoy playing multiplayer or Warzone. You can even get easier lobbies by joining a server with a different time zone, making sure all the sweats are sleeping or at work. ExpressVPN can also give you better ping, so if you suffer from lag like we all do on a new update, you can then use ExpressVPN and not have to worry about getting packet burst, since they only invest in premium servers to ensure you have a quality experience. So if you want to actually enjoy playing Call of Duty, you can use my link to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. I'll have their link down in the description, or you can go to expressvpn.com/Cbass. That's expressvpn.com/Cbass for an extra 3 months free.
Come here.
So now our gun is going to have way less recoil, but it's still going to have that side-to-side bounce, which is why all the pros are running the HVS 3.4 pad. This is going to add that gun kick control, which is going to really reduce that shake, and it's going to give you a lot of aim and idle stability, plus that firing and the overall recoil control, which the aim and idle stability, a lot of people still don't realize how important that thing is. So you don't really want your sights like swaying, and like if you have a lot of idle sway, when you go to ADS, it's going to sway a little bit, making it harder to hit that first shot. When you do hit that first shot on the enemy, that's when you're going to get those crazy time to kills. That's when you're going to have no recoil, since if you're on controller, then you're going to have aim assist actually helping you out. Overall, you got to hit the first shot. When you have a lot of aim and idle stability, it's going to make that very easy. And then if we look at the cons, there really isn't that many cons. Like those pros heavily outweigh those cons, and you'll notice how much easier this thing is to use when you got the 3.4 pad on there. Now, we are going to add a little bit more recoil control by going over to the rear grip, and we are going to be adding the Retort 90 grip tape. If you want to switch anything else out, this is going to be the one attachment that I do recommend, since it is going to reduce the aim and idle stability. Luckily, the stock is giving us some of the stability back, but there still could be a little bit more sway than usual. But we do get that gun kick control and the fire and aiming stability. Remember, those two things together, they helped out the weapon the most. And then we get that base recoil control. And when we look at the detailed stats, you guys can see, really not too many cons on the weapon. You just get a lot of pros. Now the gun really is going to have no recoil at all. It's going to be so much easier to use. But if we take a look at that sprint to fire speed, the sprint to fire speed is so horrible, and I just bit my tongue, but 150 milliseconds is horrible. That is not good. That is one thing that I've always been like complaining about, or like, trying to build my class around, is that lack of sprint to fire speed. A lot of the guns have like an 80 millisecond one, so like if you're running the WSP Swarm, you'll usually win, or the rival, you'll win against the Ram 9 up close a lot of the time. So if we add the Recon Comb, this is going to add 15% more sprint to fire speed, as well as making the gun a little bit snappier. Yes, we are going to be losing some stray speed, but we really need to bring down that sprint to fire speed, which this is going to be the best attachment to do so. And now it's going to make it a lot better to where if you mix in a headshot with your you know, shots, you're going to get that very fast time to kill. From here, really personal preference as well. Just because a pro's rocking something doesn't mean you should rock it as well, since, you know, they're a pro for a reason. They can take advantage of like more mobility when you might need more recoil control. So if you're running this thing and you just don't like the sights, definitely add an optic. I think the iron sights are great, but who knows, you might really like the close quarters or the Niter model MK3 reflector. The Moore's dot sight is a brand new sight. This one actually, it's like a little chode. I don't like it, but I also like it at the same time. This gun reminds me of like the Maddox, like the SMG Maddox when you run that sight from Black Ops 4. Slay reflector is also pretty good. If you want to increase the damage range, which I almost was going to do this in my regular build, but I'll explain why the pros aren't doing this. The reason you might want to do this is that if you're not that accurate, you kind of need a little bit more damage with your weapon to make it kill a little bit quicker. And that ball velocity is going to improve the overall hit registration on the game, making it feel like you're playing on a better connection. And you get some more ADS movement speed, bringing up what we're losing with those other attachments. And so now we have a very fast strafe speed, we have a lot more damage range, but there is going to be a little bit more recoil on the weapon. And so the pros, they are going to be adding a underbarrel called the DR6 hand stop. You guys could also add the FTAC MSP 98 hand stop, but the reason you kind of want to run this one is for that sprint to fire speed. Again, we're getting a lot of like base mobility. You guys can see we can strafe quicker, bringing up the cons of the other attachments. We get more crouch movement speed and movement speed, but we also get the ADS and the sprint to fire speed. If we add the MSP, yes, we get recoil control, but we don't get any sprint to fire speed. And you know, that's kind of the thing that's really holding this gun back, is that. So now you can get that back. Another pretty good one is going to be the XRK Edge. You get more mobility with a little bit less handling overall, though. For me and all the other pros, we're going to be running the DR6 hand stop. Lastly, sorry, another one that's pretty good is going to be the Phantom 5. You get recoil control as well as getting the handling. The handling is going to be more important than the mobility for the Ram 9. And so if you want more recoil control, the Phantom 5 is going to be a great option. Overall, though, all the pros are going to be rocking this. And today's gameplay, yo, this guy Shotzi is insane with this thing. You'll be absolutely mind-blowing. You'll learn a lot of things on Vista. You guys can see right there also, no recoil on the gun. You guys should be able to pop off with this thing. And then for the handgun, this is going to be the best secondary in my opinion. I do believe the compensated flash hider is better. Actually, you know, the pros, they only can have mobility attachments. Like, they're not allowed to have an optic or a muzzle. They only can have a barrel and a rear grip on there. Just kind of crazy. Overall, though, this is just the pistol that you usually want to rock. Running the infantry vest, since that's the only one that you can run. Trophy system is the most helpful, so then you can guard the objective and just block all the stuns and nades. Dead silence does help if you want to run like the lightweight boots, so then you can move around a little bit quicker, and then when you want to be quiet, pop the dead silence. We got the tac mask on there, since nades really haven't been affecting me too much, but I get stunned 24/7. I can't do anything on the map, so tac mask for me has been helping a lot more. And then the marksman gloves, I believe these are actually banned in the competitive league if you're running them with an SMG. This is going to reduce the overall sway, so that rear grip is bringing down the aiming auto sway by a lot. This is going to bring that back up, and we get flinch resistance. So if the enemy hits first shot on you, you're going to have like a chance to win the gunfight, since you have a lot of like flinch resistance. Another pretty good one is going to be the assault glove. Is going to make it a little bit more accurate as you jump ADS, and you can ADS faster when you do jump ADS. The other ones are pretty good. Ordnance gloves are good for like a very beginning play if you want to get that cross map nade. And then after your first life, you can take those off. That's kind of like what I do with the boots. I'll run the lightweight boots at the very beginning to get to like mid-map first, and I'll run the ordnance so I can hit the nade. Then I'll switch to a different class. With all that yapping out of the way, let's get into the gameplay. Ladies and gents, we got Vista. We got a bunch of pro players. I think it's Dashi, Attach, Shotzi, one other person. Haven't watched this yet. I just kind of like, you know, skim through it real quick. Yeah, right here, a lot of you motherfuckers already learned something. Do you even know about that? They need to change. Except for he just, you know, cut the whole thing. You can basically run on the outside, hop up on the railing, then jump up over the gate, and then you can flank around. Oh, we got scrap here too, and it looks like they're doing like multiple POVs. You guys should be able to learn a ton from this. And they're going to be showing some other guns. Let me know in the comments, what's your new favorite gun to be using right now in rank play? For me, it's got to be the MTZ. That thing is absolutely insane. I've never done better in rank play with the gun. Like, it's really easy to use, kills quick, you got a lot of mobility. Bro's got that accuracy. Look, see, he jumps out, unpredictable. Call of Duty, gamer predictions. You're trying to predict where the enemy is going to be at before they predict you. And a lot of it's like knowledge. Like, you don't even got to predict. You just know where they're going to be at. He knows they're spawning back there. So he's still checking it. He doesn't see them. Now he knows exactly where they're going to be.
Never mind. That Holger's so godlike. One stop burger. Hot burger.
Holger, I really have not been liking the Holger. MTZ, in my opinion, is way better. The ass you rocking the MTZ right there.
Spawning out.
This Ram 9 is going to be gone soon, though. This thing's way too broken.
You're not breaking someone's iron with
Been getting beamed across the map. Like, that would already happen with the rival when I was using the MCW, but now it's like Ram 9's too consistent. Like, a Timmy can do it to you. Come on, Shotzi. I need some crazy shit from you right now. I need to see something insane.
I literally like sit there for a second. Like,
Hello.
I was trying to find more people to react to too, but this is the only pro that's actually uploaded something. Oh, see those little nade bounces? Those stun bounces? I bet you guys don't do that. Right here, he's trying to flip the spawns. He's making sure his team gets the spawn. He wants to spawn closer to the point so then it's easier to flood it. He kills the guy in the back so then he knows that they're all going to be on the other side. Doesn't see anyone in the front, so just making sure no one's flanking.
wow, I just got done.
Jesus, bro. Jesus, goddamn. Oh my god.
I'm drinking caffeine because I'm literally Hennessy.
Lagging everywhere, dude. Was he weak? Dale? Yeah, curious.
Max hairs, bro. He's going outside the map for no reason.
I hope the enemy was weak. And then you could do it on the other side too, I think. Oh, he just died right there. They cut it. They cut it. I'm curious if you could do it on the other side. I thought he wasn't. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Okay, that Ram's insane shooting poop.
I should start crowd gaming again.
Purple laser.
He actually chopped like an idiot. Wow.
Why is he ironing, man? He just knows. He knows my bag.
Bro, everyone's rocking MTZ. I'm telling you guys, MTZ is crazy.
Yeah, no, this gun is. This gun takes literally zero skill.
Holger's good too, but I feel like MTZ is just so much more forgiving and so much easier. So much more mobility. You're flying around, like it feels like an SMG.
Killing me, so I kind of agree.
Way close left on you guys. Fine.
Shotzi, I'm gonna need some crazy things from you.
Absolute on time. Absolute on time.
There we go. There we go.
See, look, he knows that one of them is going to be flanking. He sees all his teammates on the right side. He doesn't need to be watching that, so that's why he was watching that left side, making sure the enemies don't push through there. But he did get taken out, so then the enemies got the spawn. Now they got the hard point, and they're spawning a lot closer over there.
Back left, toasted. DJ.
Oh, see, right there. Right there. Shotzi couldn't control the recoil, so if you ever whiff your shots, pros do it too. You just gotta hit the first shot. Shotzi missed the first shot, so then his recoil was weird. You gotta hit the first bullet. If you miss, you can always just stop firing and then start firing again, but then it's a little bit iffy, you know.
Case on.
That shit's so fucking. That shit's so fucking loud.
That case on.
What's our case on?
I would never actually call something case on. He would join the call and be like,
He's just making sure nobody's flanking. Trying to hold these spawns.
like, be honest, you guys get more aim assist there?
What? Yeah, I'm lagging my fucking dick off right now.
So bad, bro.
What is this, dude? They still haven't fixed this.
Dude, like, I can't believe I'm playing on a 13. Oh my god. I'm about to get Chick-fil-A. I'm ordering Chick-fil-A after this map.
I had Chick-fil-A today as well.
Bro, are they complaining about 13 ping? My ass is on 50 ping every day. Unless I use ExpressVPN, then it does help, but there's still off days. A lot of off days.
My bad, bro. Forgot because I'm getting the best thing on the menu is an NPC order. I'm getting stunned by a fucking idiot as well.
Slam shitter.
Dead. Fuck it, I'll run them. You know they're mid, right?
They're spawning fucking.
You know.
So are they rapping? Like what?
Those bullet riders are in this.
Slothy the sloth, bro.
Dead. I got you. Nice.
Dude, there's no way he just shot it like that. I actually feel bad for him.
Right there, he's not tweaking. A lot of the time, I'm moving around and I'm tweaking. He's just using this crazy heady, just making sure the enemies can't really see his head, and it's just very hard for him to die off that, and he's just gonna stay there. He just knows the enemies have to be pushing through there.
Bro, what the fuck is that guy doing, dude? I want a 30 off you. Oh my god, he's weak. Two right. Counting it.
Like that Holger kills quick. It's just if you miss any shots, the time they kill drastically goes up because of the slow fire rate. With the MTZ, you can miss a few and it's still good, which is probably why I've been seeing also a lot of pros liking the Holger. So maybe that's the reason, because they don't ever miss.
Yeah, no.
Right.
The Rams gone.
White.
The Rams definitely.
The Ram's been out. The Ram's been out.
Wait, what are you?
Ram is OP
MTZ?
as fuck.
The MTZ. That's
MTZ
just gone.
shit. MTZ shit.
MTZ is shit.
That's
We'll rewind that.
That's just
MTZ
gone.
shit. MTZ shit. We're good.
Is it?
Wait, I'm pretty sure he said MC, which is Celium, and he plays for Atlanta FaZe. He's like one of the best ARs in the game.
Wait, what are you?
Ram is OP.
Did he say that MC said it's
MTZ,
shit?
That's just
MTZ
gone.
shit. MTZ shit. We're good.
Is it?
That's horrible.
Not awful.
I bet you guys don't do that jump, because I don't do that jump. And I'm mid iridescent.
Shit's mid.
I say we just make the sub players use the rival, take the barrel off, and then we get to use the new guns.
Yeah, they get to only use a shitty rival. Yeah, take off Purifier too. Fuck it. Oh my god, behind you, middle.
That guy's one shot.
Bro, that's actually crazy. I feel like they're just trolling. There's no way. That MTZ, I was just gassing it up, and I've been popping off, slamming everyone that is running the Holger against me. Motherfuckers are saying the Holger's bad. I mean, the MTZ's bad.
This guy's lagging the fuck out.
Shit.
Maybe it's because the Holger has more range,
Guy's actually blacking
and
out.
like a lot of the AR players don't need to play super aggressive. Oh my god, yo, leave a like for that. I didn't even do it, but just leave a like, you know. Leave a like in memory of those enemies. Subscribe also if you found this video helpful. Or enjoy the vibes. Stop by my live stream. Watch me play against iridescents all
You
day.
can just feel the damage.
I
You
get
just feel
railed
the
by
power.
hackers. It's so fun.
Bind us. You're right. Wow, he just slid at me. Top cat.
He's still rocking the MTZ though, you know. He said it's not good, but he's still rocking it, and he's still frying. Look at that. Let's take a look at that.
Damn.
He knows they're gonna be coming over there. See, he checks one area, and then he goes back to the other area, and then he sees his teammates on the right side watching that, so he doesn't need to be watching what his teammates are gonna be watching, you know.
We're good. Wow, lower bind us. Or underneath us.
That flank route, just so you know, is gonna be read a lot. Like everyone really knows about it. And like every day, more and more people know about that.
Holger still kill like that? That's fucked.
I'm one shot. Like this dumb fuck is baiting me.
There we go. Now we get a nice example.
Oh my god, thank god. I love
Josh, you say last
you.
one.
Oh, you stunned me, though. Thanks for
I love when maps have those little things.
I didn't have to stun you.
Jesus. Yo, Reese, you gotta start doing that in the videos. Like, you know, the slow-mo things make me look a lot better.
Fucking shadow, he's on balcony.
Oh, we're pitching lower, maybe? Watch him on back.
No worries. LMG's here.
Dude, you gotta take off that skin.
What? Dude, this is one of the best skins I've ever
I
had.
assassinated again. This guy's actually going for checkouts.
Let me get on this hill, man. Like, that's fine.
Bro, that thing fries. Jesus.
All left.
One more left, gang.
I'm just gonna walk like this.
One's running in the middle, like tower. One's pitching deep left. The other two are going in front.
Bro, they're actually slamming these guys.
Where's this guy
It's
going?
insane.
Where's he
235 to
going?
76 is wild.
Yeah,
And they're
probably
playing against like top 0.05% of players, like less than the the top 1%. And there's a good chance the enemies are even cheating on top of that. They're still slamming them. Wait. That Holger was insane. What the fuck did I just watch? My Holger doesn't do that.
Oh, he went deep. Oh, he's absolutely.
That aim.
Game on the
Good
line.
aim.
Actually, like, I don't even know if that's tip.
Oh man, the Holger is good as fuck.
Jesus.
Gotta use it. I'm down.
Lakers are choking.
Ram 9 is G8.
No way.
Holger's on G8. Ram 9.
Ram 9 G8.
89.